right. Couple of things. So, all members are present. If you don't know us, this is Al Macarone, this is Tess Sprouse, and I'm Catherine Sertan. Hear from public. Does anybody, and the people that we have here, if you wouldn't mind, people this way.
Catherine, if you're ready, as the representative for the National Advisory Board, as a member of the public.
You need to wait, I'll get to that on the agenda.
Is it on? Yet?
Okay, so the first thing's gonna be hearing from the public. On the, what we need to do is we need to add that to our agenda. Okay? Because it wasn't, didn't know you were gonna be coming in tonight. Right, so that's one of the first things we have to do. Okay, so we need a motion to add, what's the name of it again? Natchog
Healthy Watershed Advisory.
Where would you like that?
I'd like to do that right up front because these people need to get back to another meeting.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yep, I make a motion to add, Healthy Watershed Advisory Board discussion to the agenda.
Discussion and possible action. Okay, and it's actually in the front of that, I'm just gonna put Natchog because that labels them. This discussion. Possible action. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, and, we can go right to them.
All right.
If you don't mind waiting, unless you do want to speak publicly.
Yeah, Republic.
Okay, we'll start with
Fine,
you.
jumping back
We'll
there.
start with you. We'll come back to the,
Yeah, Nick Weinstock, 859 Westford Road. The last public meeting of Board of Selectmen that I showed up to, the doors were locked. I had to know the phone number of the Selectmen's office to gain access. After finding that the doors were locked, the doors were continued to left locked for other members of the public. There was no signage on the doors. You let me in, the doors were left locked behind us. Secondly, this meeting is advertised as being held upstairs, even right
no, it's
now.
not.
Would you like me to show you? I've got it pulled up.
Does it say Selectmen's Conference Room?
It does.
It does?
Yes, it does. Selectmen's office is what it says.
Ashford Town Offices.
Selectmen's office. This is general and just says.
No, this is a regular Selectmen's, bear with me, it doesn't say that. Ashford Town Offices is here,
Building.
it's here. Okay, I can have that way.
Okay.
But it is here.
The calendar invite for this says your office upstairs. Selectmen's office.
Oh, it should, that's not me, I'll check that out.
I don't care who it is, as a member of the public, it's very hard to find these meetings and gain access to these
The
meetings.
good news is it's all in the same thing.
As long as you can get in the building, because last time it was locked.
Right, because we never have a meeting at 4 and I overlooked the fact they lock it at 3.
I would ask as a member of the public that that be looked at and if I can, plan of action put in place to make sure the building is unlocked for.
I
at least
only
5
made that
days.
kind of mistake once,
Perfect.
just so you know.
That works for me.
Is that door locked now? Not there.
This one is unlocked, right?
In the front door?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right,
People typically come into here.
I checked both the other day, and they were both locked.
I get that. You already told me that. You told me that the other day when I came down and unlocked it. I just want to make sure that this door is unlocked.
Yours, it's what? You contact me.
Would you like?
Just so you know, this door is always the one that gets unlocked for these meetings. Just so you know. If the meetings were being held upstairs, you could get that up at the normal, your front door, because we don't like people walk through the building. So, as I said, that was the only time we had a meeting, we usually have them different. Thank you, you were faster than me. And was that for emphasis? Just checking. Okay. So your complaint is duly noted, it was noted the last time.
It wasn't noted publicly last time.
I'm sorry?
It wasn't noted at the public meeting last time. This is why I wanted to bring it up now. I noted it to you when we walked in the
Oh,
building, but it wasn't.
Okay,
done at the
that's
meeting.
fine.
She had done the minutes.
Yes, it was a minute. That's the only here from public? Well, that was fine. How about going ahead, talking to us about the Natchog thing? Let me see if I got it here for you. National, what it has on the top is National Fish and Wildlife Foundation. So that's why they were confused. All right, so I'm sending these to you and you. And take a minute to look at them. This came up today, this afternoon, when it needed to be on the agenda. So what I will tell you is that, I believe it was last year or a year or 2 years ago, the board of selectmen approved the first one of these that you received. And, unanimous because of what it's supposed to protect. Joe, would you speak to this?
Yeah, thank you for putting this up in front of the board, at such short notice. I would love to avoid it, but, I'll explain what's going on. So yeah, a year ago, we committed with the 8 other towns in the watershed to act on, this informative, healthy watershed advisory board and commit to, efforts to help the watershed. It was supported by a 2-year grant from the EPA, the 2024 Conservation District. And then administered by HEAP. So they spearheaded this, they organized the board. In the year we've been doing this, a number of different public outreach events, educational events. One's going to be held here in Ashford on June 20th. Has been organized. But I can tell you a lot more about the board, but I've been asked to speak to the point. In order to keep things going with this organization, ECCD has is applying for another grant from the Fish and Wildlife. It's a Long Island Sound clean water grant. The thing about grants is they come up, sporadically. And this one, I got notice about this one a week ago. and I was asked to, see if the board of selectmen would commit to sticking with this effort to keep the ball rolling, to keep the things that we started, see them to fruition. So
If I recall, there's no money involved, it's
that's
more.
my next sentence. Is nothing about this committee that requires the town to spend money. Our town support, on the other hand, will greatly increase the chance of obtaining the financial support to keep the initiative alive. I'm asking the board to sign off on the letter tonight, because unfortunately, the application for this one must be acted on by tomorrow.
Who would the designated town representative be? Everywhere, you're everyone.
Only that. Yes,
You're head of
you
conservation.
appointed me
Commission.
as the town representative. And that was before I was, head of conservation commission, but
Mhm.
the two kind of go together.
And so does the invasive species.
That's the third half.
That's a-
But yes, the event on June 20th, is gonna be 3 experts talking about wildlife corridors along the river, talking about, beavers, and talking about invasive plants. I'll be the invasive plant expert. And the point is that in that, in Coffee Hollow, the river access trail, the Conservation Commission named it as a place to go learn about invasive plants because you could find them.
Mhm.
2 years ago, I started a project to maybe leave 1 or 2 of the invasive plants to look at, but not all of them. And that effort is going along, we're making progress, there's a lot to do. But the watershed board was very interested in a tour of a riverside. The fact that the park has, I'll stop these things, but I told that last thing. The park has this deck overlooking the river, which is for the watershed experts, it's just the ideal way to allow people to experience the river without trampling, without loving it too much, just the way. But anyway, so that's what's gonna go on. But that's an example of what this group is doing. We're starting with stuff like this. And I hopefully it will lead to more, more efforts like this across the watershed and more volunteer action.
So what you're doing is you're educating people and letting them experience.
Are you just educating people by word of mouth and gatherings, or is there information that you give them at home? Is there a plaque or some sort of information that's?
I've given presentations at the Wind and Water Works. I have, literature, I have booklets that, identify the plants, have numerous control methods. It's a wonderful booklet put together by the, Central Connecticut Conservation.
Great. I would.
So yes, that all happens. We have another flyer that is specifically about living in private, owning land on the river or on waterways. And what you can do as a landowner to keep the water clean in terms of your landscape choices.
Is there anything we can do as a board?
As a board, you can approve this letter so that it can be submitted tomorrow to the Fish and Wildlife. And the idea that there are towns, that the towns in the watershed are all still on board to do this action.
I think,
is gonna help get that grant. and help
I
fill.
think you have questions.
Well, I have a couple. Who put this together? Was this a
So-
template for each town that's our
There was a
watershed?
template, yeah, and yes, there was a template put together by, Maura Roby of the Eastern Connecticut Conservation District.
So let me just see if I understand correctly, because it would be nice if we have some paperwork for those brochures that you were talking about, then we would get a better idea of what that is. I know you're under, a time constraint.
I think it has to be in by noon tomorrow.
Right, so my question is, you have a grant already, has that been used, or if this is an additional grant to fulfill?
This,
The
that,
purpose of
that
the
grant that grant ends in, I believe, December.
And this is
This
a totally
summer-
separate thing.
This is a separate grant.
Right.
And so that grant ends in September. The activities that are planned, or December, excuse me. The activities that are planned this summer are planned to bring that grant to an end. There's money in there, for the supporting board, for, the time and effort of the conservation district people, and for demonstration projects that will be, actual on the ground work. At the moment, a rain garden, one of the participating towns is being, planned.
Okay, so let me just make sure I got this correct. You applied for a grant and you had a plan for the grant. We're coming to the end of the grant in December and you need more money to fulfill
No,
what you have
not
planned.
at all, not at all. The grant was, so ECCD got the grant. Grant was to basically revitalize an effort that started in 2011, where the towns in the watershed actually had a watershed plan. And it was written and it's sat. ECCD applied for a grant to revitalize this activity by organizing this board, by starting to come up with these, the things I'm talking about, the events. There are materials handed out at all the events, and I can get you those tomorrow.
But as far as this grant goes,
Let's start.
the events that would come out of this are ones that have to be
the
developed.
activity that grant, support. It has caused us, it started the initiative back up. There's a dedicated board of people from all the towns who are, working. And most of us also have multiple hats. A lot of conservation commission chairs are also serving on this board. And so organize an event at the Wind and Water Works.
Joe, you're not asking for money, you're just asking for the town, for the selectmen to be in agreement that this is
Yes.
a benefit to the town.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So,
I'm being an advocate with this effort
Mhm.
for the money, because the group that I'm involved with we're all volunteers, and we can do a lot, but you need money to really perform. And this grant will end, and it has paid for us to get this thing going.
Mhm.
Even if we get the grant, it's gonna be a little long where we're just doing it, right? Because these things take time. But the idea is that we want to keep the momentum. That's like the whole reason I'm here, is that this has a chance of keeping the momentum behind this effort.
grants are generally, what am I missing? Grants are generally money. Who gets the money?
ECC gets the money.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, that's an important point. I wrote my thing down and yeah. Town doesn't get the money, the town doesn't spend money. The town gets the benefit of the information, just what you asked about. That stuff, I mean, now that you bring it up.
Yes.
It should be in the library.
It's not just to our town's advantage, it's to a number of towns' advantages.
I mean, yeah,
Offer.
Ashford is the heart of this watershed, literally, it's right there in the middle. You can look at the back of that shirt. And so we're kind of the benefactors here, but I think it's the kind of neighbor we want to be. We're the people that are, we have 75% of forested property. We keep the water really clean. And people I talk to are very proud of that.
Any other questions?
I don't have any more questions. Do you?
I guess what I would like to do is, this is a letter, it says it's from the Ashford Selectmen. Are you looking for one signature or all three?
Let's see, I don't know
So-
what
This is what,
the constraints are on the board.
well, this
That's
is the letter
you
that
have
you're
the
looking for a
answer.
signature, right? Looking for a signature. So, I can't remember if this has been sent to me in Word or in PDF.
Probably PDF.
Does somebody have it in Word?
Yeah.
So what I would suggest is if we are voting on this, that we all sign it. If he sends me the Word, I just put the lines on it, put the names under it, print them over it, and then we sign.
When he needs that.
I'm gonna go here right away after this meeting.
All right, and I can stop this. Yeah, okay.
And I could do it quickly, as long as you send me that Word document. Very good. So let's talk about vote. Someone going to make a motion on this?
I'm sorry?
Is someone going to make a motion on this to accept
Oh.
this, to endorse this?
Okay, I make a motion.
All right,
I'm
so that
sorry.
motion is
I was
going to
slow.
be, that the board of selectmen, endorse this project, that, this, agreement, project and agreement, and just a description of what it is.
Yeah, you, okay.
And so I have a first, do I have a second?
I have, I'll second.
Thank you. Any more discussion? All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you for your efforts and for getting this to us. And we'll get that taken care of.
Well, thank you for, and I'm certainly going to urge with my colleagues, and ECCD to start the grant a little earlier.
Well, not only that, but I would suggest that wherever you go, if it's a meeting like this, that you would bring ample amount of information so that we would have an idea, a better understanding.
Okay, good. Thank you. Catherine, I'm gonna send you the template as I got it from ECCD.
That's fine, as long as it's in Word.
And I'll send you where I put in town dash.
All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add lines, 3 lines to the bottom. Type in the names of the individuals who are signing. Have these folks sign it, and then I'm going to PDF it out to you.
Jill, I don't think you gave your last name, but for,
Joseph Henry. I'm sorry.
And thank you for offering to be our representative. Okay, next thing is, first selectmen's briefing, a couple things. I'm working on the Memorial Day event. If you need someone to either do the benediction or the invocation, and I thought I might lean in your direction.
are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, talk to your husband.
Oh, okay.
It will be, it's in the Citizen. It'll be 11 o'clock on Monday, May 25th. You've got active participation by a whole number of people. I do not have any speakers there. That's a pretty fun. I have worked with a number of different people. So, and some are gonna be out of town as well. So I'm working on them. That's about all. Other than, which I don't know if I've already told, but I think I did, the board of selectmen met, the board of finance met. And they reduced the mill rate from what was approved at that time. Because we received 166, we will receive $166,220 in two, it'll be split into two tranches. One will come in October and one will come in next year. And rather than putting that into capital non-recurring, to hold it, you know, for whatever, they decided, you know, with the impact of the, this budget that just passed, that what they want to do is reduce the level. So that reduced from 28 something down to 27.8. Right. Yeah, actually, you say that better. We have the proposed, the mill rate that was approved at referendum was 28.13. And the, it's $220,220, one-time state funding. It is an election year. And reduce the mill rate to 27.8.
What was that number again from
The
the
first
state?
number was 28.13, and the second number is 27.
Yeah, I got that.
166,220.
166.
Actually, I'm wrong, 163,220. That's what I get for doing it from memory. I did speak at their meeting and I do endorse what they did. And what I did do is, let them know what the issues will be, not this next fiscal year, but the year after, because of reducing the mill rate. It does create a problem. And we'll handle that when it happens. The bridge replacements, the Connecticut Department of Transportation is going to be demolishing and reconstructing the bridge that is Route 89 over I-84. Think of it as, what is it, exit 72.
Where is that?
Exit 72 off of 84.
Oh, 84.
Going
Sorry.
I can't touch on that.
Don't
It's taking income. The work is scheduled to start Tuesday, May 26th. Now, I just got this notice, but I have had meetings with them, as has the, fire chief and the, and Casey, Department of Public Works. Director. So we had meetings with these folks before. And made it clear that we want to make sure that one lane of alternating traffic is able to go through all the time. Then we're talking about emergency response, going down an exit or whatever, and a detour and everything to try to get to people when there's something going on. That's not going to work for us. So we made it very clear. So this is going to go from Tuesday, May 26th of this year through June 25th of next year. First, huh? Traffic will be maintained throughout the work zone using temporary signals and traffic control signing patterns. And they got stage 1 is May 2026 to September 2026, and that is southbound, the southbound piece. And then October 26th to June 27 is the northbound stuff. I should be glad, we should be glad that it's getting fixed. And definitely they've gone around and all the bridges.
And they're gonna do this over the winter.
they will have, I don't know what they'll do over the winter, because usually their construction periods are like maybe 9 months.
Yeah.
So, but the bottom line is that even if they stop work in December and November and through March, so, we'll still have the 1 lane with the traffic signal. to do it. Another thing is, you may have noticed the new garden area. I think I might have mentioned it before, to you maybe casually. The person who helped with this was Valerie Oliver. She is a local artist and a member of the garden club, the Ashford Garden Club. So she designed the garden. And then she led me, and she's older than me, and she led me at a clip through nurseries as we looked for the plants that was going on.
When do you get the plants?
4 different nurseries. And then she had a couple, and she ordered a couple.
Were those donated,
Sorry,
the plants, were those donated?
not all of them. Some of them were out of our, out of our property management. Some were donated, a couple were free from her. And then we got some of small things. So I had mine and she had hers. Also, I'd like to commend Casey McHugh and our DPW crew for preparing and planting the new garden area and cleaning up the entire front of our town office building. Clearing it all out. I don't know if you don't come in the front, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
And some people don't notice this because they're thinking about something else. So, but it does look quite nice. And at a later date, Christine's family, the Santa Claus family will come. And we would have them on flag dedication.
Are these perennials or annual? You
I don't know
know,
if they're annuals, they're perennials. Anyway, and it is a combined garden, it's for Santa Claus and Beverly Carols. And if you don't know the story was Beverly died in 2010. No, 2020. And she worked in our land use office, and what Chris Abercrombie did is Chris Abercrombie put 2 bushes, two azaleas under the 2 leaves. And then she started with roses, and they didn't do well. And she put azaleas. And shortly before she died, she told me that she was going to replace the azaleas because they didn't. And I actually at that time said, might be a good idea with the garden. Anyway, to make sure, you know, how much life they've been. Anyway, so she was planning to do that, and she was really good friends with Beverly. They had a lot of shared experiences, even in the fire department. And I just thought it would be a nice thing to have a garden that there for them together. And Chris came in that door pretty much every day to do. Because I know that she was here on Thursdays, I was here on Thursdays when we closed, and we do things over the weekends. So, I think it's really appropriate. There's something like this. So, another thing is, we're looking at what's going to happen with our, 4th of July. And there are a lot of people who go to the boombox parade in Wilmington. We really cannot hold a parade. It's not safe. And that was proved even when I had policemen out there. They used to try to block the roads and the fire department, and people were coming through it anyway. So, we're encouraging people to go to the boombox parade. And one of the things we're looking at is a picnic, the day after, on Sunday, July 5th. Another thing that's being asked for is Denise Merrill, who is heading the Connecticut 250 thing for the whole state, she had asked each of the municipalities to have their houses of worship, if they have bells, to bring in at 2:00 on July 4th. And that's all across the state. July 4th at 2. Don't know if it's possible, but we're going to ask that of our churches. And then the other thing was she was talking about a potluck, community potluck. And, you can't really do a community potluck, it's not safe from a food safety perspective. So we're gonna do something that's more controlled, where we can offer, offer things to the public to bring. And that will come out of a piece of our budget. Okay. So if there's anything else? In addition, the Connecticut 250 group that we have here, they continue to, with other groups, I meet with them every Wednesday, with other groups, school, so we're doing all different kinds of things to celebrate Ashford's heritage and history. That's my update. And I also, except for, I would like you two to have roles on Memorial Day. Will you be here? Will you be, do you think you'll be here? That's a Monday.
Yeah, we may have a parade in the town that I work in,
You're so lucky because of how you're laid out.
so I don't know if I would be here. I would like to be here, but,
All right. Because I, you know, whether it's, speaking or, we say the names, the, and veterans who passed away.
how late is that? That's next week, the week after?
It's
It's
Monday,
next Monday,
Monday.
next
Oh my
Monday.
goodness. Yeah, that's.
So let me know. And we'll, make sure that it's on the thing, so we'll talk.
Sure.
See which one.
I'm here on Monday.
You'll be here?
Good.
Okay. Here, acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of April 20th.
Yeah, I just got those.
I know, and I've got 3 versions here.
I would make a motion to lay the.
The only reason that I might ask you to take a look at them now is because we have something that will need to be addressed. Or let's just say we're gonna end up talking about it. So where are they? I'm not talking. These are the ones from April 20th. And during this, just so you know, during this particular meeting, we appointed Thomas Samperi to the Ag Commission. And that's where we were under the impression that, we had to fill the open regular member slot before we could fill any alternates. And Mr. Samperi had come in and I believe he wanted to be an alternate. And because we were under the impression that we had to fill the open regular member slot first, we asked him if he would serve as a regular member. Now, I haven't had a conversation with him, but if I understand correctly, you were going to have a conversation. Reach out to him.
I did not,
Huh?
I did not reject.
Alright. So it'll be a discussion, because they haven't had their meeting, they're gonna be having a meeting this Thursday. So what we will end up doing in all likelihood is tabling this. What I have found out is indeed, there's a couple of issues. One issue, and I did document it in here, when we talked about it, which you can't have an alternate serving as chair. And Danielle, who is very energetic and has been doing a great job, has been serving as chair as an alternate. She's been getting seated, that kind of thing. But I have confirmed with the town clerk's office, et cetera, that no, we don't have alternates serve as chairs, just because the very nature of being an alternate. So, if Mr. Samperi is willing to step down, as a regular member, submit a resignation with a wet signature to the town clerk, because that's the way you do it. And, then if, Danielle wants to move up, to a regular member and so she can continue to be chair, then, you have to have Tom do that first. Then we would be able to move her up, and then we could appoint Tom as an alternate. Which I think I mentioned in our last meeting. So,
Is there any interest
well,
there?
what I want to hear is I want to hear from that board, commission, what they want. So we can table this for now, but that is the issue.
So according to Silversmith, an alternate cannot serve as chair, but we checked with the town clerk and the town clerk said
No, they
That's
cannot
correct.
serve as chair.
that is correct.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yes. May 12th. This was May 12th.
Oh, yeah. So we can table the minutes, it's just that that's what was done.
And then, do we have, when we ask the town clerk questions like this, does she put that in writing? And then we.
She will, yeah, she
Yeah.
typically will put it in writing. If we need it in writing, that's fine. And I don't have any concerns about her doing that.
Yeah.
But I know she also, over the years, what she's done is, first of all, she's probably the most knowledgeable about our ordinances. Okay, and how wards are set up and all of that. But in addition, when we get these questions, she will go and she will check with town council. So over the years, she's checked with town council on many things, and this is one of them. Can an alternate serve as chair?
So she checked with town council on this.
Not every
specific one.
time, because she already has gotten the answer before.
So what are we looking for? What?
Nothing right now, because the commission's, if you're more than welcome to speak.
I'll introduce myself first. My name is Doug Jenny, 14 Christian Road. I'm the vice chair of the agriculture commission. Back in December of 2025, the ag commission, myself specifically as vice chair, went back and forth with Karen and town clerk on these topics. First, she said we cannot appoint a chair. as an
You have something in writing? Good.
And then I responded back to her through our research of state regulations, state statutes, and Robert's rules, and nowhere in there did it specifically say anything.
This wouldn't be Robert's rules,
And,
just so you know.
but we also looked at bylaws, state statutes within the state and within the town, and there's nothing that's defined, that defines this.
Okay, so what we're gonna do,
So she suggested that her last response was to just continue as we were.
am I on copy of that?
No, this is between myself and Christina Avatar. Aaron Brewer.
All right, so what I want you to do, you will forward, please forward on to me.
We can certainly.
We're gonna spend money on this, if we're going to town council. Okay, I'm just gonna send it to you,
That's fine.
and then we'll have a definitive answer, because that's not the answer I got when I went and talked to both of them.
I understand.
I think memory isn't serving anybody very well here, and we'll just get the right answer. Okay, and I'll
That's
send it off tomorrow. Oh, actually, not tomorrow, I have training tomorrow, and I could.
Can I ask if you wait till we have our meeting and then we'll forward you everything? Because that's what you requested last week. That you wanted all these emails, copies, and we've been gathering them together, and we're going to discuss it as a commission, and then we can present you everything.
Yeah, what I'm really looking at is, what does your commission really want?
That's what we want to, let us.
Because we want your commission to be successful.
Yeah.
We're not looking to be impediments, we're just trying to make sure that we're doing things by the book that we're supposed to do by.
So let us have our meeting and then we'll have a final, this is what we're looking
All right,
for.
so, and you can pull whatever, give it to me, send it to me. Even if it's hard copy, I can do whatever with scan it, and I'll send it off to town council. Okay, good.
I'll take a copy of that as well.
We sent it to, we sent it to.
Are your email addresses all listed on the town website?
Sorry?
Are all three of your emails in?
No, we don't do it that way, post it to Selectmen's office. Okay, we don't do it, we don't do independent
She
management.
just asked for it sent to her too, so I just want to make sure we're sending it to the right place.
So,
I can get it.
in that regard, what's the appropriate?
Make sure it's your business. Okay, I'm sorry, to the jury.
I'd like to know what the appropriate email address is.
So the appropriate email addresses are first Selectmen at Ashford CT.gov. Yeah. T Grouse, GROUS at Ashford CT.gov. A Macaron, MAC,
Two C's.
two C's, ARONE at Ashford CT.gov. Those are the three addresses.
Thank you,
Okay.
really appreciate it.
And because this is a legal matter, it cannot go anywhere else. Just so you know. That's why I usually have them come to the office. Okay, so, that was, we were talking about the minutes. It sounds like we're not ready to approve those minutes. We will come back in our next meeting. Have plenty of time to take a look at them. And these minutes, when I do them for this one. So the next thing is old business, or here from boards, commissions, committees. Hearing nobody online, like that. Right to farm ordinance, I'm sorry, Our Town, Our Future program to honor volunteers. We had asked that they provide us with a sample. I haven't received any sample. The right to farm ordinance, I asked, or we asked that they provide us with some kind of wording so that we could review it and we could send it to town council. And I haven't gotten anything yet. Danielle, have you sent me anything?
Yes, I have.
Was it today?
It was the day after our last meeting that we talked about it. So that was April 20th. So I would have sent it on the 21st to you and then also to the other selectmen.
Wow, I don't remember getting that. Let me take a quick look. Of course, I get about 40 emails a day on two accounts.
The subject of the email was right to farm ordinance model language.
One thing that, Joe didn't say, but he was here, is that the Conservation Commission supports the right to farm ordinance.
Your mouse is actually on the other screen.
I'm sorry.
Your mouse is on the other screen.
I know, I just figured it out, sorry. Back to my Zoom, so. Oh, no, thank you. You said you sent that April 21st?
Yes.
What was the email that you sent across?
Danielle@bottlefarm.com.
Did you send it to first selectman?
Yep. As well as the T grouse and A macaron.
Did you get it? Hmm? I won't go for it. What's the heat advisor for tomorrow? Um, so you've already had it.
I,
Did you
it's
see
at
it?
home, I can't open it on my phone. I can't.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to get. April 22nd. You're using the one from another organization?
The email address?
And yeah, the model that you sent was like, it's from another organization.
Yes.
Is
From
it?
the CT Farm Bureau. It's the one that we reviewed at the meeting.
Yeah. So can any of you, I've got all three of you, we've got all three of you. Can you explain? And it's not that we don't want to do this, it's, can you explain what the difference is between this and what's already in statute? What is it, what does it do to protect the farmers or farms? Because it's not, if that's not intuitively obvious to us. So having, you know, give us that understanding. We were trying to get it when this came up the other time.
So I can speak a little bit. I've been working on this for 2 years now.
Okay.
So the town and the POCD had said that Ashford Ag Commission should be working on a right to farm. So that's what we started pursuing a few years ago.
Okay.
And we put it off for various reasons, but Senate free authority at this point.
Yeah.
Basically what it models the language that the state puts forward pretty much word for word. But what it does is reaffirm farming, that Ashford is a farming community, that you're pro farms, you're pro ag, and you're here.
You're one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't give any additional rights. It can be used as a tool by planning and zoning or clerks, or someone has a complaint of their neighbor, hey, there's a farm that's making noise and it smells like a farm. Say, hey, we're a right to farm town. We think farming is a good thing, and they have a right to do it. And it doesn't have to just say, go see the state. It just props up that this is a farming community, we're behind our farmers. That's really what it is.
We're behind our farms, but not to the detriment of the other people, right?
Absolutely, 100%, and that's what the.
That's what I was concerned.
No, the ordinance is written to protect, like, you can't just pop up and say, I'm a farm and start causing noise problems, like, you have to be doing normal farming practices, I believe.
And you have to be, what I'm gonna call them accredited as a farm. In other words, you have to be qualified.
You have to qualify as a farm, they have stipulations in there, you have to have been doing it for a year, or more, it's written in a fair and balanced way, but when someone's ignoring the field, like, the neighbor can't complain, hey, they're ignoring the field next to me.
You mean like,
Ellington,
you mean like when I had at least 10,000 flies? No, I'm not kidding. On the inside of the roof of my horse farm. And it was because the manure had sat in wagons and not gotten spread in time. And that was the only one, but it was, that was.
That type of thing wouldn't necessarily be.
Luckily, I like that farmer.
Yeah, it's normal farming practices, what it protects. And again, the town ordinance won't be expanding or adding to it, it's really just an affirmation of we're a farm.
So the only other part of this that I was a bit concerned about is that when we make an ordinance that is basically exactly what the state is saying, and the state changes what they've got, we still have this ordinance. And how do you keep those? It's the same thing with bylaws on some of the commissions and committees, is if the state has the rules and those rules change, what happens on our end?
So, one, you could stay as a farming community and keep the ordinances that you have adopted, as, hey, no, we really do believe that we are a farming community, and we stick behind this. Two, you could change it to match the state, or you can just take the language at the top. Again, we didn't want to write language for it. We just wanted to say, hey.
We didn't want to just guess on what it's supposed to be,
Right, which is why
because you're the ones who are the farmers.
most towns that adopt language in the state use this language. We're very, very close to
as a foundation.
as a foundation, and they'll modify it if they need to, but most take it as is. But if you read the top part of that recommendation, which it sounds like none of you have in front of
The
you.
ordained,
Okay, the top part of it is,
yeah, I've got it pulled up. And I'm sorry, this is, I can't pull it up on the other screen. I think I can. No, I can't. So we're not gonna make a decision tonight. Because we still wanna make sure we'll send it to the council, make sure we're doing it right. But what you're describing is section 1, purpose and intent, so I'm gonna read it. Agriculture plays a significant role in name of municipality. Heritage, I'm gonna say significant role in Ashford's heritage and future. The town officially recognizes the importance of farming to its rural quality of life, heritage, public health, scenic vistas, tax base, wetlands, and wildlife, and local economy. This right to farm ordinance encourages the pursuit of agriculture, promotes agricultural-based economic opportunities, and protects farmland within Ashford, the town of Ashford, by allowing agricultural uses and related activities to function with minimal conflict with abutters and town agencies. And then I'm just going to do the second piece. It is a declared policy of the town of Ashford to conserve, protect, and encourage the maintenance and improvement of agricultural land for the production of food and other agricultural products and for its natural and ecological value. It is hereby further determined that whatever impact may be caused to others through generally accepted agricultural practices, such impact is offset and ameliorated by the benefits of farming to the neighborhood, community, and society in general. So how do we know what generally accepted agricultural practices actually are? I'll give you the example. The manure sat in these wagons. And I buy hay for that person for the last 30 years, okay, for my horses. So, is there some measure that you go by for generally accepted agricultural practices?
I personally do not know if the state defines that elsewhere. I obviously don't recall.
All right. Just looking at, could we have a situation where you've got a butter and, something that is not agriculturally, or a good agricultural practice is affecting them, will they have a right to complain? Well, can anything be done to satisfy their complaint?
I guess the point of this is that we're modeling what the state has already written and defined somehow. So I don't think we give them any additional rights or less rights than that.
So the statute defines acceptable management practices as being approved by the Commissioner of Environmental Protection. So coming back to the environmental protection. Yes, defining what's community, what's appropriate, what's not. And the state statute on the right to farm also has section B, which says that, quote, the provisions of this section shall not apply whenever a nuisance results from negligence or willful or reckless misconduct in the operation. So it basically states that if you're doing something stupid, I'll paraphrase, and you're not using generally accepted practices that environmental protection would define or stand behind, shall I say, then this doesn't apply.
Understood.
If that helps you clarify some I'll say concerns here.
I think too, at the bottom of this letter, it says model from the town of Lebanon, right, farm ordinance. And so I think we all know that Lebanon is a huge farming community.
Yes.
Ellington is a huge farming community. And I think that if these are modeled from that.
Understood, we're not laid out quite the same way they are. We have more people on top of each other than they do. They've got big, larger land tracts. At least that's what I've seen.
So they were the kind of the first towns to
To do
adopt it themselves, and then they worked with Farm Bureau to generalize it, and they've got like a book about.
But they had to start somewhere.
Yeah, they started somewhere, and so they went to this, and this one has been adopted, if I understand correctly, by the Connecticut Farm Bureau Association, which is where you got it from. It's a tool for Connecticut farmers.
Yes, the tool for Connecticut Farmer, that whole book is wonderful.
All right, so, based on this at first blush, is this something that we want to send off to town council to go, does this look good?
Yeah.
All right, so can I have a motion to that effect?
To send it to town council?
Town council to review and revise
Necessary.
as necessary.
I make a motion to submit this letter, this form to town council to review and edit as necessary.
I'll second that.
And it has, well, he can't edit it, make recommendations as necessary.
Yeah, what they do is they send back something that's marked up.
Am I,
Did this 2 meetings ago.
yeah, I think.
So I'm wondering why you're
Because we'll be the ones that are putting it forth. And by the way, this is an ordinance that has to go to town meeting. Absolutely.
Yes, we're understanding of that.
And that takes a little bit to do.
Correct.
Okay, so, this was in April 20th, the selectmen requested that the commission provide a draft ordinance.
They have. I just didn't see the thing come in. And so that's what we are reading.
Oh, so we don't have to make a motion.
No, the
We
motion
already
is to
did it.
send it to town council.
But we already,
Where does it say?
Right. requested,
Requested, but we're making a motion to send something off and spend money at town council. So, I just want to make sure all three selectmen are in agreement with that.
I'm in agreement to send it. I don't know if we have to make a motion to send it to town council.
Right?
I'm gonna do it. I don't.
I was recommending we make a motion, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll just send it off to town council and get an answer. The other selectmen have done that in the past.
Okay.
All right. And then just the guy to send it to. Well, while you're here, just in speaking about this, I have mentioned, I believe I mentioned it to Doug, that, I've had, a number of people over the years look at a, blight ordinance. Want to have something like that. I personally want to make sure that it protects farms in particular. Because there are certain things that, I grew up in a farming community and my grandparents were farmers. Yes, I know how to milk a cow, and yes, I used to try and milk calves and whatnot. So. Now I have horses, which then. The,
For milking?
no, for riding, it's huge. And I thought I was just a straight man. So, anyway, just want, and looking at that. And what I really want to do though is, before it goes anywhere, I want it to go to your commission for all of you to look at it, because I think that that's the one area that could be, could get sticky if we don't do it. So I just want you to know that I give my word on that. I'll be sending it to you.
Appreciate it.
I may not remember it all, okay, but I do take a lot of things seriously.
We'll be happy to take a look at it and.
Look at it, and I want your feedback.
Sure.
And,
Yeah,
think of some other groups maybe to take a look at it first before I ever send it off to the council. And that way you will have any nuances in there that we think ought to be in there. But I think that there are some properties that are beyond the pale. And this isn't like art is in the eye of the beholder. It's this extreme. I can also tell you that I had a situation where someone called me and they were adamant I needed to drive right up to Huntington or something and look at this disgusting farm or whatever. I went up and down the road several times and I could not figure out what they were talking about until I saw a farmer out by the road with chickens on the ground. And I'm looking and he doesn't have, there wasn't trash around or anything like that. It was a farm. And, so, but it took me a while to just figure it out where it was.
I appreciate you running that past us.
Yeah, well, I think you could be the most effective, I don't want that.
Thank you.
There are some other people who abuse. They abuse their neighbor's patience. And their property values. Okay, so with this. So well, you have this. Or somebody did. We have under new business, tax collection services. So I have. Okay, let's hold on. Dan, you're still on? Yeah, you are.
Yes, I'm still here.
Just bear with me, as I was making copies, everybody was coming up to my office. And wanting to talk to me about stuff. Would you close this out? And I know it looks lengthy, but don't worry about that right now. What I want is for, Dan, if you would, in a minute. This is about using tax collection services to go after people who have not paid their taxes in a number of years. This is not like someone who didn't pay it for a year, kind of thing, correct?
Yes,
Dan?
that's correct.
So if you can give us a little bit of an overview, and also, I mean, this means that we'll be able to collect more monies, and by the way, we won't have to pay for this service. The fees that they get, the fees they get from, the company gets from the people who are paying the back taxes. They get a charge on top of their taxes. We don't pay anything. So, and we have a lot of people who have a number of years of back taxes. We recently had something happen where, you know, you got to put liens on the property and the whole bit. And then if one person wants to sell the property and you've got, it's a mess. So, and we've had tax sales before. So I don't want to sound hard-hearted. It's more like this is money that is supposed to be supporting our town as well. So Dan, you want to tell them about this company and what you've looked into?
Yes, so the company that I would like to use is called TaxServe. They collect municipal taxes for delinquent taxes. So if for a collection agency, just to give you an overview on it, it increases delinquent tax collections, which right now I just did a run through our reports, excluding the 2024 list. We're just north over $1 million in delinquent taxes. So in that aspect of it, it's going to improve town cash and the collection rates on the delinquent taxes. It adds additional follow-up and enforcement efforts, which typically doesn't happen after the first couple of years of the new bills coming due. And it creates a consistent collection process. It helps pursue hard to collect accounts, which, you know, we may not have the resources within the office. Reduces aging receivables, which some of these accounts that are on the list range from 2010 all the way up to the 2024 grand list. And it allows the office to focus on the current collection years, which we're graded on. And it's cost effective compared to adding staff to the office.
Good. What about this company in particular?
So I worked with a few companies in the past in different municipalities, and they seem to be the most effective when it comes to the collections on delinquent taxes. They deliver electronic file weekly, so we get weekly deposits, which is nice. All the companies do it once a month, so you're getting that reoccurring payment into the accounts.
This kind of agreement is no, have you actually worked with this company before?
Yes, in my previous municipality, I worked with them directly.
Did you find them easy to work with? Were there any issues?
Easy to work with, very flexible. And like I said, they really made an effort to collect the taxes for the town that I worked in previously.
So
How do you do that?
What was that? I'm sorry?
How do you collect the taxes when someone owes it? Do you attach their property or what do you do?
It's primarily for accounts for motor vehicle and personal property. Real estate accounts we use different types of enforcement collections. Those tend to be with higher balances, but motor vehicle, especially after 3 years, once it's past, you know, the registration point, the likelihood of it collecting, if it's, you know, very slim. With these companies, they have the resources and tools to be able to collect on those accounts when they move out of state, to different non-reciprocal states that wouldn't impact them from registering a vehicle within the state that they live in.
When we think about the threshold, like at what point would we have this service, go after, if you will, old taxes? Would it be when they're late 3 years or more?
The current or most what people use for their formats is 2 years. So if you're 2 years or more delinquent, it goes to collections. Because the likelihood within 2 years, if you haven't paid your taxes, most likely you're not going to pay them within that time frame. So they typically within our collection process anyways, we send out delinquent statements and per state statute in accordance to 12-155, we have to demand payment before it goes to enforcement collections, which is the collection agency. So they have numerous opportunities before it goes to collections. So
Dan, you had said motor vehicle, and what was the other?
personal property.
Okay. And you're just talking about the collections just for motor vehicle, am I correct? Or is this motor vehicle and personal property?
For the collection agency, it would be for motor vehicle and personal property.
And then when the town, when there's a delinquency on, personal property of unpaid taxes, how many years before the town can obtain that?
Per state statute, we can collect up to 15 years from the due date.
So does the town of Ashford wait 15 years before they obtain that property?
Are you referring to real estate or to?
Oh, I'm sorry, real estate. We're not talking about real estate in this right here.
No,
Okay.
yeah, that's something entirely different. Sorry. Personal property is more of like small businesses, DBAs, LLCs, campground, Barley Campground. The campground stay for more than 90 days per state statute. You're subject to tax. It could be non-registered motor vehicles, things like that.
So unregistered motor vehicles can be taxed?
Yes, in accordance with the DMV, if it's there as of October 1st of that year, even if it's not registered, it's still subject to property tax.
What about a used car? No. Never mind, I'm thinking about revenue. You're being able to tax, property, and let's just say, used car dealership. Okay. Got the used cars there, they're not registered. So when you have an unregistered car and it's part of a business to sell cars, we don't tax that, is that correct?
That'd be more of a question for the assessor's office in terms of the assessment. That might be pertaining to just the business itself. So,
Okay, just checking, thank you.
mhm.
And this hasn't been done in the town of Ashford previously. What percentage is, what I heard you say was $1 million delinquent. How much money do we get in taxes compared to the 1 million in delinquency?
I'm sorry, Tess, I didn't hear the last part of that question.
So we have currently $1 million in delinquent unpaid taxes.
Yes,
Going back to 2010.
correct.
I don't have any further questions.
Okay.
What are we, Dan, through this?
This is your standard contract. Nothing unique about that.
For the agreement with TaxServe, it would be a 3-year term. So after within the 3-year term, we have to give them a 60-day notice before you cancel service with them. If we chose to do away with them for whatever reason, I highly doubt it. Once you start seeing the results that they bring to the table, I can assure you that it'll bring, some of the delinquent taxes that have been delinquent for years, to active receivables.
In the past, trying to collect these has taken considerable time, tax collector time. A lot of them sent through phone calls. And this is maybe a little more modern way to do it, but also to not have to add staff to try and follow up. So do we want to take action on this? What do we want to do?
I think it's too soon to take action. I think
You want to
maybe
read this?
our attorney should look at this.
Okay, very good. I will send this off if you want. Send it off to town council. Or town council will send it.
Yeah.
Well, I
We
think-
already opened it. It's not just us.
Well, I think this is,
Contracts, we typically do this, so I'm not, I don't disagree at all.
I think it's a good idea, but we should know what we're getting into.
Well, I want to explain something to you. I had, at one point in time, a selectman wanted me to send something off to town council because he wanted to find out if it was a good deal. They don't do that. Town council is there to look at what you're signing into and if it's, legal. If we protected ourselves and all the legal ways we need to protect ourselves. That's it. They don't determine if it's a good deal. So, actually, put three attorneys in the same room, you get 5 or 6 opinions. So,
I have a question in the term of agreement. This term of agreement shall be for 3 years from the effective date of this agreement indicated above and made upon the written agreement of both the town and when it says the town,
Yeah.
is that the first selectman or is that all selectmen? And contractor be extended for 3 additional 1-year terms. So we have it for 3 years and then the first selectman,
you can't answer that, I can. Okay?
you'll.
So what happens is, you would authorize me, if you open up to here, the board of selectmen would authorize me to sign the contract. Then it coming back for a renewal, I would bring it back to the board of selectmen, and you would, if you wanted to do the renewal, you would authorize the first selectman to do that. That's how the contracts work.
Great, so we've decided that this goes to town council. Yep, correct. Okay.
Okay. All right, and Dan, we also have, we have tax refunds and tax suspensions.
Yes.
Quickly, I'd like to, he's got a family, he's gotta go back and he sat through the whole 8 meeting for this. So if we could just go to, the, tax refunds, you have a refund?
Yes. So tonight I'd like to present the Board of Selectmen the refund for the tax office in accordance with 12-129, a refund of a total of $326.34.
Do we have a motion to approve this refund?
I don't think about to approve that.
Thank you. Do we have a
Do
second?
we have it? Do we have it?
We don't typically give out all the details, but I have it here. You're gonna see it when you sign this.
Okay, usually. Okay.
No, we just hear who they were, Chris used to tell us who they were and how much they were.
Right.
So this one is, again, $326.34. And it is to, Douglas Wilbur.
Yes.
And that will be in the minutes, Mr. Woods, too. Any more discussion about this one?
No.
All in favor? Aye.
Did we get a second on that motion?
Oh,
We need
no.
a second?
Did we get a second? Oh. I need a second.
No.
Al? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you very much. Dan, thank you. The only other thing is, I can report that Dan has taken the tax suspensions for the year to the Board of Finance, which is who he reports to on that. And Dan, they went through those and they approved them?
Yes. They approved the total suspense for this year for $18,028.79.
And can you just very, very quickly clarify what a suspense is?
So
What does that status do?
suspense is basically accounts that are deemed uncollectible after you exhaust all collections efforts over the years. There's nothing that has come about after you've tried your best. it would go onto the suspense list. So on the rate book, there's an active rate book, and then there's a suspense list, which basically details that it's no longer collectible on the active rate books, which gives you a more accurate collection book at this point when you do that.
Understood? Everybody?
Makes sense.
Good. Okay, thank you very much, Dan.
Yes, no problem. Thank you for having me tonight.
And we already covered, I think, the agriculture commission appointment changes. We need the wet signature on the letter from Tom Samperi in order to move Danielle off.
As long as that's what
Yeah,
council says.
so-
Yes,
Is somebody going to talk to him from your group, or do you need me to talk to him?
we're going to talk to him at our meeting on Thursday.
Good. I heard he's a really good
He's awesome.
participant.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
He's
it's-
been in and out of meetings for the past few years, and he's
Fantastic.
seems to be retired. And
Well, the two of them
Full forward,
jumped in.
yeah.
Husband and wife jumped in to figure out. Very nice. All right. I'm pretty sure he won't have a problem with that. And we don't have a problem with it. We'll just get it taken care of.
we'll work with it.
Okay. Right. We have agenda items for the upcoming meetings. We're going to have, the meeting for the negotiations for the union contracts coming up. They're trying to set the meeting for a Friday, the first meeting. Okay, I'm still looking on some, re-looking at job descriptions to put in front of you. Based upon what we need. By the way, on this, tax thing, this is what someone who has to pay the taxes through this tax service, yes, so that goes for this tax. Also, Kerma is our liability for our property group. And I'm giving you what they put forth as a renewal coverage summary
Are we,
to consider in the next meeting.
okay, did we talk about negotiations on that? What date?
No, they haven't given me the date yet. I said it would be on a Friday. So are there any Fridays that are not working for you?
And I'm assuming we need food.
No, we've got to have the contract signed by the end of June. So their person was sick. Remember, she canceled the meeting the last Friday, Friday, the 8th. And
The
so
15th. You need negotiations to actually cancel on the 15th.
Yes. That's right. She moved it out, then she canceled it because she was sick. And now I suspect they're gonna try and meet with us on Friday.
Okay, we don't have time. What time was this negotiation?
We don't know. They haven't told us. I'm waiting to hear from them. They haven't sent it.
Right.
She canceled the meeting.
But she gave a time at that meeting, for the normally be that time.
Not necessarily.
That's-
And for me, I have a meeting, I would leave at 2 on Friday, so it's gonna be tricky. But what I'll do is I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Great.
Just have to put together an agenda. The other thing is I will be out of the office tomorrow and the first half of Wednesday. It's a local, traffic training, and I have to literally go to Rocky Hill for training. So, my office will be closed, but Sherry will be here to take care of any stickers, transfer station stickers, which is from a lot of people come in for. And she'll reach out to me if there's anything else that comes up. She'll text me or she'll call me. I should be back in the office probably by 1:30 on Wednesday. So again, I've given you the Kerma thing, and you gave it to him too. And then here is, something that is from, civil action that we will end up talking about again. This is one that I shared with you before. And we just got this. And if you look and you see who the group is, hang on a second here, where it says, first plaintiff, you'll remember the situation.
This was received on April 17th.
This, they did an this is like an amended one, so I'm trying to make sense of it, but I know you said you wanted to get these.
Yeah.
So for right now, put it in file. And, so, it's always interesting to look and see what the value of the property is. What do you think about the issue at hand?
Yeah.
And by the way, that Kerma renewal is for both the town and the Ashford School.
Yeah.
And that's all on file. So you're gonna let me know if you're gonna be here on Memorial Day.
Yep.
And then I can figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, do you have an agenda for that day?
I've been working on that. I've got the standard one we use, and it's a matter of just filling in the names. So I can send that out to you. I'm sending it out to everybody that's involved. I have a couple names that we still need to have, and I'd love to have. I would want to be both of you be involved. But I almost forgot about that, but I love
The most important part.
time of the week. Okay, motion, she made a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Okay,
You second it?
What time?
you adjourn, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
8:38.
Thank you.
Not too bad.
No, I will, try to get some help with the packages. Because I'm the one making the PDFs and I'm the one printing them and I'm the one.
How is the office running?
Every time, the hour. Everything else that comes from my office.
So
Calling me.
it was great to see you guys again.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Can we, stop recording? Did we stop recording? Yep.